Just woke up from a coma. Been asleep since 2017. What's happened, Slap? Slime love all the time, brother. What is it with these unhinged subreddits always having one guy poo-posting about some major medical trauma in their lives? It's a very unique coping mechanism that you see a lot around parts like these. Hi again, guys, and I would like to expose you to another depraved corner of the internet that I find entertaining. This time, it's on Reddit, not really a shocker there, but it's a self-described subreddit dedicated to the discussion of hip-hop and trap artist Playboi Carti. And let me tell you right now, they are not discussing anything in there. This community has had its collective brain in the gutter for years now. I think the closest comparison I can make is what happened to the Batman Arkham subreddit, where over time, an unironic community based around a thing slowly started skinny dipping into madness. The reason that the two subreddits went off the deep end is actually pretty similar. For Batman Arkham, the lack of any new Arkham games for over half a decade pretty much left the subreddit famished for content. It was either die as a community or find a new way to entertain themselves. So they chose to act like they were actual Arkham Asylum inmates. On the other hand, Playboi Carti has a reputation amongst his fans as an edgelord, both in the aesthetic sense and also that he edges us, specifically on if he's ever gonna drop music or not. The thing is, if you believe a Carti release date more than once, then it's your own fault. This dude has dropped the names of albums that have never come out more times than I can count. He's given exact release dates before delaying them or letting that date come and go without saying a word about the album. The only communication he gives us are like these cryptic hints that he puts on Instagram stories or somewhere else obscure. And all these clues on the potential next project never amount to anything. Late last year, it even seemed like he might be about to get his act together, when he had like a consistent streak of dropping 4 songs with music videos really close to each other in succession. We were like, oh my god, he's actually gonna do it. He's figured out how to do an album rollout. Then none of those songs ever got put on streaming services. And after the last one released, it's been radio silence ever since. No album, no news, it's just sputtered out into dashed hopes and foolish dreams. We're the fools for dreaming at this point. One thing to consider though is that Carti is a Kwite fan, by the way. One of the songs he dropped was called Backrooms. I did it first, he's biting my shit. But to give you an idea of how wide-reaching and notorious Carti never releasing is, he promised a deluxe version of his album Whole Lotta Red not long after it came out in December 2020. And then half a year later, we still had no word on it, and a fan asked him where it was, and in response, Carti spoke 2 legendary words that day. I forgore. That term was not coined by him. It had been around for at least a few months before he said it, but Carti saying it in that context of legit just forgetting to drop a fucking album is a gigantic part of why tons of people know that term at all. Basically, Carti's relationship with his fans is like most of the relationships he's had with women. Abusive. Yeah, it's kinda grim. If you enjoy this video, this card at the end will take you to when I covered the Arkham subreddit in full with its similar descent into madness. Also, only 20% of y'all are subscribed with notifications on. If you sub and hit the bell icon, you'll never miss an upload, and you can always undo it later. Oh boy, okay. This is the post I bring up most when trying to describe to my non-opium friends what the headspace of a vamp is. That's just what us Carti fans call ourselves, by the way. Pretty rad, I know. You're probably white on here. I think everyone wishes humans had tails. Like, imagine the moms at Walmart saying, OMG, your hair is so pretty, :3. Then you'd say thanks with a straight face, but if we had a tail, that shit would be wagging so fast. And she'll notice and be like, aw, look at you, getting all excited for mommy. And then you'd start to blush and get all embarrassed and shit. X3. Y'all feel me on this one? When writing that in the script, I could barely get through it without laughing. I'm not kidding. It's very me, very puppy-coded, and apparently it was catching on with a lot of people. Folks spent money to give that post awards, it racked up some 5,000 likes, and managed not to get ratioed by the replies. It's a surprise banger considering the audience the joke was being told to. It's braver than most modern comedians. To be fair though, people have long speculated that Playboi Carti is a furry. I mean, he calls himself a vamp on Whole Lotta Red. He styles himself after a bat, creating another link between this subreddit and another notorious furry, Batman. And also, a song that Carti was featured on used to have album cover art where he had a bat persona representing him. Shit, by complete coincidence, earlier on Twitter, I saw that Rick Owens had a new Playboy bunny suit, and he just had quote tweets going viral saying that Carti would be going crazy for this shit. Like, come on, man. He hasn't outright denied being a furry. I just don't know if he plans to keep trying to do it stealth or some shit. Now, not all posts on the subreddit are whimsical like that one, though. Some of these might actually make you think everybody on that subreddit hates each other. I'm not really sure that they don't. The only thing I can say is that we all hate ourselves for liking this artist. People can be so harsh sometimes. You should give me your number. I'll be your therapist. I don't know about my number, but you can DM me on Reddit. All right, and then he's sprinting to those DMs. What are you doing? Getting late, bitch. Go fuck yourself. You know, I think that's a fair reaction. Sir Cartier B, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Why are you hating? One of the few people on this subreddit with a semblance of game is trying to make it happen, and you're mad about it? That type of thing never happens on this subreddit. Hell, it never happens on Reddit. And you're over here trying to make this endangered species of a social interaction extinct? In that case, I have to agree. You gotta go fuck yourself. Because you aren't pulling anyone like being the elite does, alright? Now, if there's one thing a Carti fan wants to be more than anything, it's Playboi Carti. They want to dress like him, act like him, be literally perceived as him, the whole 9 yards. And part of that clamoring for a new album release is so that we have a new personality to base our entire lives around. We have not had a major overhaul in 2020, so we are really hankering out here. All we've been getting fed is scraps from random snippets and cryptic social media posts that Carti makes. So when we get something, we chew that thing to pieces. Carti looks so cool smoking in the 2024 video. I went and bought my first pack. I want to be like him so bad, bro. Guys, don't start smoking. It won't do shit for you. In fact, it'll just take one of your lungs and years off your life. This is probably one of the worst things you could pick off of Carti. A healthier coping mechanism would not be trying to be like Carti, but desperately searching for any sign that Carti is actually like you. Carti has Discord downloaded on his phone. Do you think he knows about that coloring book game and the built-in Discord activities? I'm really good at it, I'm not gonna lie, but my friends hate playing it with me. They just didn't realize it was possible to be a sweat in a coloring book game. Alternatively, despite trying to be Carti themselves, Carti fans will still describe even something slightly Carti-esque as bro thinks he's Carti. Donald Trump gets his mugshot taken, he wants to be Carti so bad. The GTA 6 map is literally Carti? Or am I just really deprived? I don't know. I appreciate the self-awareness on this one, and you know, if you mutilate the original image enough, it kinda does look similar, but the desperation is pretty palpable here. There's a video of this dude who just towers over Carti, practically kissing him on the forehead, begging for new music. He's talking like he just had the chance to meet the modern Jesus of Nazareth. He needs Carti to perform a miracle. Please cure my sick and dying mother.
Please drop music. Please.
Carti, you have to feed your kids, both the dick riders online and your real one. Sorry, context. Here's some more Carti lore for you. You're gonna come away from this video knowing more than you ever wanted to about him, and barely any of it will be about the music he actually makes. So, Playboi Carti is a father. He has a kid with another rapper, Iggy Azalea, and he is apparently very neglectful. Iggy has dropped some details of what she says happened, and it is a lot, but it has become fodder for the shit this subreddit talks about. So apparently Carti missed the birth of his child so that he could go to Philadelphia and play PlayStation with Lil Uzi. I don't know if these tweets are still up, but she said shit like, imagine having a pregnant girlfriend and pretending that they don't exist until it comes out you like to abuse them too, and rarely visiting your actual son unless it's because you're running from whatever problems you got going in Atlanta and in the press with your serial abuse of women. Yeah, not exactly a glowing review of his character. And despite that, Carti just cannot respond seriously to anything, even in private. Iggy dropped some text from around this time on an Insta story. You got me fucked up, Jordan. That's Carti's first name. Yeah, I know that because we're on a first name basis. First it was Christmas, now New Year's, all for your stupid little virtual show. I bet you flew Brandy out, didn't you? I'm sorry, I'm trying to fix this. It's my fault and I know it. I'm just rubbing on your butt. You talk at other people? Like, bro, what are we doing? In the wake of this, people have been basically aligning his behavior towards his kid with the way he acts everywhere else. Oh, he's always turning up late to shit and not going to stuff he'd said. Oh, it's just like the way he treats his son. You might remember that stream where Aiden Ross apparently paid Playboi Carti 6 figures to show up, but Carti ended up being like an hour and a half late, sat in his car for 20 minutes refusing to go inside, and when he eventually did come in, he basically did nothing and just danced around awkwardly without interacting with the chat at all just trying to get a bag from Aiden. He also at one point delayed a tour 3 days before it was supposed to start, which just completely fucked some people who were traveling from afar to see him live, and there are some excellent rage posts on his subreddit for when this was happening. happening. Let me quote one. I'm gonna skip saying all the fucks in this post because it's literally every other word. I spent over 1,200 euros of my money, booked all my flights and hotel, spent hours at the visa office, have to skip 2 exams just to see this asshole live, and he delays it! Bro, I hate this piece of shit so much. Bro, what is this excuse of a human being? I hate this man so much, I'm done with his BS. I'm never ever wasting time for this clown again. I'm done. I'm never listening to this asshole ever again. Fuck this guy from the bottom of my heart. You can hear the tears physically welling in this dude's eyes as he was typing. Tears of rage, mind you, just a flurry of keyboard smashing that I can't really blame him for. And even before he delayed that tour, Carti had a reputation as being late to performances he was locked in for. Carti fans get treated like a resource animal. We are cattle to be tapped into for our produce when it's needed and left malnourished any other time. Despite even that though, the levels of desperation for new music go even deeper. Lots of people, not just Carti fans, will make fan-made album art of an upcoming project from an artist they enjoy. It's harmless and it's like a neutral expression of appreciation for an artist. But these concept type posts have just kept getting nicher and nicher in the Carti sub. Somebody made a concept for an Instagram post that Carti might make announcing a not real album, and they get even worse, where the concept has become a shitpost tactic to become more and more absurd. Concept: Carti makes one of those get-to-know-me Instagram stories. But I think the deepest I've ever seen this go is Carti fans somehow getting so unhinged that they circle back around to normal fandom behavior. Some of the concepts at this point are just straight-up fanfics about their Oshi. They wrote Carti a fake redemption arc concept. Playboi Carti becomes a good person. I'm really sorry for the trauma I've caused for all of you. Going forward, I'm done lying, and I will appreciate my fans. Music, as in the name of the album people thought was gonna drop around this time, coming August 11, 2023. And then this dude starts envisioning a world where Carti is out there making amends with the people he's wronged. Carti stops being mysterious and takes pics with fans in public. The album, Music, actually drops on August 11. He can be seen as a present father figure and doing his best to co-parent alongside Iggy Azalea. The album is so gassed that Fantano gives it a yellow flannel, approving it as okay to listen to from annoying people like me. He makes another tweet: "To show I'm sorry about my past, I'm doing a charity raffle. The winner will receive $500,000 or dinner with me. Click the link in my bio. All extra money will go to helping domestic abuse victims." Then, the guy who made this post turned it into a self-insert shipping fic, where he was the dude who won the contest and he chose to go out to dinner with Carti. Then they became best friends and everything ends happily ever after. This is just Wattpad-level shit, man. The layers of irony can only protect you from the reality of what you're doing so much, man. Dude, make an AO3 account right now. Embrace what you are. You have a talent. You are too good at this thing to be embarrassed to do it more. Meanwhile, in reality, other Carti Redditors had been hatching more and more nefarious plans to actually get a release out of him. Are there any kids with cancer or something in here? Bruh, we need a Make-A-Wish kid to ask Carti to drop the deluxe. I'm getting real impatient. I need these version 2 grails. I can't take it anymore. Carti, please, someone take one for the team. Please, I need this so bad. That is about as genuine a plea as I've ever heard. This guy sounds like he will actually die without that whole lot of red deluxe. And this was years ago. That deluxe never came out, so he probably is dead. If that's the case, what a shame. He could have been that Make-A-Wish kid the whole time then. People have also mined through Carti's old tweets from when he was like 15. They do that for like every celebrity, but people were bringing it up again to try and show he's always been the way he is. There's an old thread of tweets he made where he and his friend were agreeing to go play soccer. They agree on a time and a place, but at the last fucking minute, Carti bails. Not even letting his homie know ahead of time. It was the rain, man. You had a rain check. Okay, listen, I understand the whole charade of this subreddit might seem a little pathetic. I think we'd all agree with you. People be like, hey, this dude's still got school. Okay, you are 23 asking for new Carti leaks. I mean, yep, 23 going on 24 right here. But hey, doom and gloom and coping with the mistreatment we get from our favorite artist Carti isn't the only thing this subreddit has to offer. I don't think a single person browsing there is sober. Bro, I'm high as fuck right now and I didn't realize this shit was an ad. It had me crying laughing for like 5 minutes because I thought it was a real post on the sub. To be fair, I've done that sober. I'll just be browsing a subreddit and see a completely off-topic post about some product before my brain registers that, oh, that's an ad. The best part about this though is that somebody actually made that a post in the subreddit, and now that Honda Civic ad is the 3rd most liked post in the Carti subreddit ever made. Full circle, baby. Oh, we've also got this classic, which I brought up in a video last week. Do you think Carti touches himself? He's too cool to, in my opinion. Thoughts? Bro, go to sleep. That's some of the best advice anyone ever got in this subreddit. Log the fuck off. This is one of the hardest songs he's ever made. What song is it? Stop Breathing. It's just a question, bro. A typical misunderstanding here. You see, Stop Breathing is actually the name of the song in question. One of Carti's quintessential ragers, as we call them, because we really just love to mob out to them. I'm finna be in the pit. Okay, to tie this off, I would like to end this video by sharing with you probably the most unhinged thing I've seen come out of this subreddit. And as you've seen, that is really saying something. You're probably white on here. Why the fuck do you have a swastika as a profile picture? Looks hard. Bro, what? The bro what really ties it together. Like, do you know how off your rocker you have to be to catch this group of people off guard? It's an amount that I would in no way be proud of and seek psychiatric care for. Christ, that's all I got. I'm wrapping up this video here. That card I mentioned should be on screen. If you enjoyed, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and I'm leaving you forever.